Hi everyone and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, bringing you the latest theme park and attraction news from all around the globe. After many months of rumours and speculation, it is now official that Universal want to remove Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit from the park. And in this video I'm going to share all of the details that we know so far, along with talking about what the replacement to Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit could be. Now before I get into the details and specifics of the ride, just wanted to talk a little bit in general about the resort. Of course, Universal Orlando are about to open their biggest expansion ever next year with Epic Universe, the brand new theme park and hotels. It looks absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to visit in 2025. And Orlando really is the theme park capital of the world. Not only have you got Universal there with their nearly 3 theme parks and a water park and all the hotels, but you've got Walt Disney World with their 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, Disney Springs, SeaWorld with their park. Down in Tampa you've got Busch Gardens, along with Fun Spot Parks and other attractions. There really is so much all around the central Florida area, and that's just listing off the major things. There's a lot of smaller attractions and things as well, which certainly is fantastic. It draws millions of people from all around the world every year to Central Florida in the USA to experience the theme parks and attractions. So that's the thing, there's always new things coming and always new things to look forward to, but unfortunately that does mean that sometimes things have to go, and that is the case here. Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. It actually opened back in 2009, so in the grand scheme of things and roller coasters in general, it's not actually that much of an old ride. You know, there's coasters that are still built, you know, many years ago, like steel coasters from the 80s, you know, early 90s that are still operating fine, some even older than that. And of course, look at wooden roller coasters, some of which have been operating for over 100 years, you know. So in the grand scheme of roller coasters, 2009 really isn't actually that old of a coaster to be getting removed. Now, something to think about this in terms of the removal is obviously we're in Florida. These theme parks are open 365. These rides get a hammering, you know, every day, especially Rip Ride Rockit during Halloween Horror Nights in like September and October. This thing's running till 2 AM most nights, you know, so these rides do get a battering, which does mean they can come to the end of their life a lot sooner than at a park, for example, like Alton Towers, that is only open seasonal and has shorter opening hours as well. So a park like this that operates their rides, you know, so much throughout the year and only taking them down every so often for maintenance does mean they can come to the end of their life a lot sooner, and I suspect that is what has happened here with Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. But yeah, it's a Mara X-Car coaster, one of only actually 8 X-Car models to be built. A very unique ride, aren't they, the X-Cars? I can't say they're one of my favourites out there. We did have one here in the UK. If you've never been out there to Florida before and rode Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit, you may have experienced a ride called G-Force at Drayton Manor. That was the same exact type of ride, an X-Car from Mara. Obviously, you know, this one featured a very different style lift hill, kind of going like beyond vertically over, whereas on Rip Ride Rockit it's a vertical lift. And along with that, it had some different elements, some inversions, and it was a lot more compact compared to this ride, but still it was the same model. Horrible train design, you know, really bulky and uncomfortable, like restraints on there too. So yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? The X-Cars were never really a really popular model. I've done quite a few of them from Mara, and they're not really amazing rides. Saying that, with Rip Ride Rockit, what really did make it was the overall package of this ride. The fact that you have got the lighting on there, and most importantly, something that I loved and everybody else loves, is the onboard audio as well. Now, of course, it's worth pointing out this is still operating at the moment. These are just permits that have been filed, and I'll go on to them in a moment. But yeah, there's no like date or anything to get your last rides in. But of course, if you are planning on going to Florida in the upcoming months, get some rides in on there, because it will be going away at some point in the near future. It's not one of them where, you know, it's been announced after, you know, they've already, it's already closed. Don't worry, we've not got a Kingda car situation on our hands here. It's operating right now. You know, if you plan to go in the next few months, you're going to get on it. You know, and get them last rides in, but just make the most of it. We don't know exactly when this is going to close yet, but still, yeah, the onboard audio is fantastic. I mean, you know, for me, Black Eyed Peas on there was one of my favorites. Comment down below one of your favorite songs. That's what really made this ride. But ultimately, in terms of a layout for a coaster, it isn't great. It's really not. And obviously at the time, 2009, you know, a great investment for the park, one that a lot of people love, but it has had a lot of issues over the years. And about back when it first opened, there was some issues. The ride had to close again whilst they were working on the trains and other things. And yeah, it's been one of them that's had quite a roller coaster of a history for Universal, with lots of issues. But still, they seem to get that sorted in the end. And, you know, considering the hours it runs, especially during Halloween Horror Nights, yeah, this thing has done well. Like, it really has to last as long as it has, really. I mean, Mara aren't exactly known for their, you know, build quality of rides in the long term, not like Intamin, B&M, Mack. You know, in terms of major manufacturers, you know, you don't really see Mara going out the way and creating anything spectacular, you know. So, for them, it was like their biggest ride and a big thing for them back then. 167 foot tall, actually one of the tallest vertical lift hills on any roller coaster. I think it's only really Karnen at Hansa Park in Germany that's got a taller vertical lift hill. But still, you know, 167 foot tall, going up through them rings with all the lights on and everything. The music pumping out, Black Eyed Peas. Oh, great memories. And then going over the top of the lift hill as well. And then, yeah, dropping down. It's quite funny, isn't it? Because you got that vertical lift hill and then nowhere near like a vertical drop afterwards. It's quite funny, isn't it? You know, how the drop just quite mediocre, and then going up into the non-inverted loop just there, and then lots of drops, weird banking, profiling, and block breaks. Loads and loads of block breaks on Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. Now, I've got mixed feelings about the ride. I think it's good fun, especially HHN. I've got good memories of being there with Charlotte and friends of ours and riding Rip Ride Rockit at like 2:30 in the morning, like getting in the queue at 2 o'clock. You know, queuing it out, and it's like 2:30, 2:45 in the morning, and we've got the tunes pumping out, the smoke rising up from Halloween Horror Nights, and just living the dream on Rip Ride Rockit. So I will miss them memories, but in terms of a coaster, it's not the most comfortable, it's not the most exciting. You've got to be on the front row for a smoother ride. It can get like really rough, especially you know, towards the latter part of the layout, near the back of the train. For me, it's always a front row ride. Ask the team members for a front row, and you're in for a much smoother and enjoyable experience. But I know some people out there that absolutely adore it and love it, and this is probably going to be heartbreaking for them. So it is sad to see it go, because it is a bit of an Orlando icon. I mean, I didn't first visit Orlando until 2014. It was just over 10 years ago now when I first went, and this was one of the rides that you see a lot of promotional material for. So I was really excited to get on it, and don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it, but it's the audio that makes it. You know, if you take the audio out, that's, you know, it's not that good of a ride, is it really? But let's go on to the planned removal then. So permits have been filed this week for the demolition of the ride, but what's most exciting is a replacement as well. We've not got any layouts or details or anything like this, but it's definitely expected to be a roller coaster. Looking at the footprint, I mean, they've kind of marked out the whole area. You can see there that, you know, it's going to take up that footprint. You're not going to put in something like a dark ride or any sort of other tracked ride there. They're quite tight on space as it is. They did well with Rip Ride Rockit to fit it in like they did back in 2009. You got all the sound stages that they use for filming, shows, Halloween Horror Nights. You've got other existing infrastructure and rides, show buildings around. So they did so well to pack it in. But yeah, this looks like it's going to be taking up a slightly bigger area than Rip Ride Rockit. There's going to be a couple of new buildings that are going to be built at the back of the New York area. Maybe that's where we're going to see the station with this new ride possibly. Or could that be maintenance? Could we see like a maintenance track halfway into the ride? A bit like Voltron at Europa Park that's got its maintenance shed you know, halfway into it because of the how the space works there. We could see anything like that happen with this, or maybe the station will be in the same place. Who knows? We haven't seen the layout yet. It's all speculation. But what we do know that's official is that they've got the plans to remove the existing attraction and replace with a proposed attraction as well. I'm sure it won't be long until we see details from this, but of course we're expecting a new roller coaster. There's some rumours out there that it could be Intamin, that Universal are going to be contracted in to build this. Obviously Intamin have worked with Universal many times in the past, especially with Velocicoaster, a great success over in the park next door at Islands of Adventure. Also the same with Hagrid's, another Intamin coaster and a great success. And at the moment they're working with Intamin on a new project, of course, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, opening in 2026 over at Universal Studios Hollywood. They're working with them in Epic Universe. So yeah, they definitely seem to be the preferred manufacturer for big projects, especially coaster projects. So yeah, hopefully Intamin are involved in this. That makes me really excited. So that's all the official information we know so far. We don't know when it's going to close and officially what the replacement is. But I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the video comments. You know, will you miss this ride? Have you never been on it but wanted to? Are you happy to see it go? or you're a bit kind of mixed like me. I'm a little bit sad, but I think I'm mostly happy. I think we'll see something new here and it'll probably be a lot better. What I am hoping though is that it's not going to be launched. I really do want to see a lift hill, a new lift hill coaster at Universal. They seem to have this thing about not building lift hills. Like, they just don't do them, do they? Like, the launches all the time. It was with Hagrid's, Velocicoaster, Fast and Furious, we're seeing that. All the new coasters in Epic Universe. You know, I really feel like we just need a good lift hill coaster back at Universal. And I think the reason they don't really do them now is because of maintenance. Obviously, you know, it's a lot easier to maintain a launch section than a lift hill. But, you know, I think in that spot, yeah, a lift hill is quite iconic. So, you know, I'd also like to see them keep it with like a partyish theme with music on ride and that sort of thing. Again, we could, you know, end up seeing this with like a Fast and Furious overlay. Well, a theme going on to that. You know, maybe it will be very similar to Hollywood Drift. I mean, is it going to have the spinning cars or could it be something completely different? There's a lot of rumours, a lot of speculation at the moment. But yeah, it's definitely going to be leaving and it's just a matter of when. I'm really hoping that we just see a really good solid replacement on there. If Interim are involved, I'm sure it will be. And as always, I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the video comments. Thanks so much for joining for another news update. It's going to be goodbye to Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit in what's been quite an interesting year for ride removals, hasn't it? I'm going to be sharing a video on that in the next couple of days, just talking about the year in general and what's been quite a strange and weird year for theme parks around the world. I'm Sean Sandbrook. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoy watching and subscribe to the channel and turn them notifications on to be notified when we upload a new video. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. Goodbye everyone.